Have you ever wondered if you could survive every bomb in history? From a tiny flicker of fire to the kind of explosion that could wipe out a city in seconds? Sounds impossible, right? But let's test that. Imagine standing at the beginning of time when humans first discovered fire. Back then, a small spark was enough to make people run. It was dangerous, but at least you could survive it. Fast forward a few thousand years, and humans, being the overachievers they are, decided fire alone wasn't enough. They mixed chemicals, packed them into little tubes, and accidentally invented the first bombs. Congratulations, you just turned survival into a science experiment.
Almost ready now.
Number 1. The fire flicker. Thousands of years ago, when humans first learned how to control it, it wasn't meant for war. It was warmth, safety, and light. But one curious spark showed how easily fire could turn against its master. A dropped torch, a dry leaf, a gust of wind, and suddenly, an entire village could burn. The fire flicker was nature's first bomb. You could survive it, yes, but it taught humanity the first terrifying rule of explosions. Number 2. The Gunpowder Bomb. Now we move to ancient China, around the 9th century, where a few alchemists were trying to make a potion for immortality. Instead, they discovered gunpowder. Talk about irony. They wanted eternal life, and ended up inventing a recipe for death. The first gunpowder bombs were simple clay pots filled with black powder. When thrown, they exploded into smoke, sparks, and flying fragments. Compared to modern bombs, they were tiny, but for their time, they were magic. You could maybe survive one if you stood far enough, but even then, your ears would ring and your clothes might catch fire. Number 3. The Cannonball explosion. By the 1400s, war had changed. Cannons became the kings of the battlefield. Soldiers packed iron balls with powder, lit the fuse, and watched them explode into walls, ships, or anyone unlucky enough to be in front. If you were standing near one of these, survival wasn't just unlikely, it was a matter of luck and distance. The explosion didn't just throw metal, it threw fear. The ground shook, the air filled with smoke, and you could feel the pressure hit your chest before the sound even reached your ears. These cannon blasts were the first time humans felt what it meant to weaponize thunder. Number 4. The Dynamite Era. Then came Alfred Nobel, the man who accidentally made war louder. In 1867, he invented dynamite, hoping it would help build roads and tunnels. Instead, armies turned it into portable chaos. Dynamite was fast, fierce, and terrifyingly unstable. You could carry it in your bag and feel like you were holding death itself. If one stick went off, the shockwave could crush your bones before you even heard the sound. Still, in open space, if you were far enough, maybe 50 meters or more, you might survive, but probably with a story that ends in ringing ears and missing eyebrows. Dynamite made destruction efficient, and for the first time, humans could carry an explosion in their pocket. Number 5. The TNT Bomb. By the early 1900s, the world met a new chemical celebrity, TNT, trinitrotoluene, a name so complicated it already sounds dangerous. TNT changed everything. It wasn't just louder or stronger, it was stable. You could transport it, shape it, drop it from planes, and time its detonation perfectly. That made it the favorite tool of engineers, and the favorite nightmare of soldiers. A single stick of TNT could shatter rocks, destroy tanks, or erase a bunker. If one exploded near you, survival depended on distance. At 10 meters, you'd be gone instantly. At 50, maybe alive, but deaf for life. TNT made war industrial, turning explosions into an organized profession. Number 6. The World War aerial bombs. Then came the skies. In World War II, humans learned that the deadliest weapon wasn't the one you threw, it was the one you dropped from the heavens. Planes carried tons of bombs over cities, and the world witnessed destruction from above for the first time. London, Berlin, Tokyo, night after night, entire neighborhoods turned into oceans of fire. Aerial bombs packed with TNT and shrapnel didn't just explode, they erased streets, melted steel, and sucked oxygen out of the air. If you were caught near ground zero, survival wasn't even a question. The sound was like the earth screaming. You'd hear the whistle, a split second of silence, and then nothing. Number 7. The atomic bomb. Hiroshima and Nagasaki, and then came the day when humanity crossed the final line. August 6, 1945. A single bomb, named Little Boy, fell over Hiroshima. When it exploded, the world changed forever. The blast didn't just destroy buildings, it vaporized them. Temperatures reached over 4,000 degrees Celsius. Shadows of people burned into walls. In seconds, more than 70,000 lives vanished. 3 days later, Nagasaki followed. The atomic bomb wasn't just a weapon, it was a message that humans had learned how to imitate the power of stars. Could you survive it? Number. Not if you were anywhere near the city. Even miles away, the radiation could find you, burn your skin, and slowly end your life days or years later. The atomic bomb wasn't the end of war. It was proof that survival itself now had a limit. Number 8. The thermonuclear, the most powerful bomb. If you thought the atom was the final word, meet the thermonuclear bomb. A weapon that uses one nuclear blast to trigger another and multiplies destruction like a chain reaction you cannot stop. The single largest test ever recorded was a thermonuclear explosion so massive it flashed brighter than the sun for a moment and rattled windows hundreds of miles away. Cities felt it like a heartbeat of doom. These bombs produce not only an unimaginably powerful blast and searing heat that vaporizes everything near ground zero, but also shockwaves that crush structures far beyond the initial impact, firestorms that swallow whole districts, and radiation that poisons the future. Today's most dangerous doctrine isn't just about one enormous bomb. It's about many accurate warheads, delivered fast, from space or from missiles that can dodge defenses, each one capable of erasing entire regions. Surviving a thermonuclear strike isn't a question of courage or luck. It's a question of geography and time. Too close, and you are gone in an instant. Too far, and invisible radiation and climate effects, soot thrown into the stratosphere, global crops failing, winters that last seasons. Okay, so these were the bombs, and if you like the video, subscribe without making a noise. See you next time.